There's a very disturbing trend going around, and it's not a recent phenomenon. This has been going around for decades. I've been hearing this since I was a kid, and it doesn't bear fruit. And I'm going to dedicate this video here to putting a stop to it. So, without any further ado, let me get this video started. I want to welcome home my family and fellow citizens of the African Order. The topic of this discussion will be stop telling our children they can be all they want to be if they just work hard. And it's that if that bothers me the most because they want to try to put white people and these Negroes that's influenced by whites. They want to put this if you just work hard as if that's all you got to do. You can achieve whatever you want to in life. And that's simply not the case. Not 100%, but it's just simply not the case. If all it took was to work hard, where are all the Michael Jordans, the Arthur Ashes, the Maya Angelos, LeBron James, all the influential black people? Why isn't there thousands of them? If all you had to do was work hard, all these people started out in poverty, struggled, and then they rose far above what their predictions were. How come working hard didn't equate to 100 Michael Jordans in the NBA, Arthur Ashes? How come tennis isn't flooded with black tennis players? It has been for years. The Maya Angelou, it's more than just working hard. And I want dads, I want you to stop, deceiving your kids. I don't know if you're doing this on purpose or you're doing it because you honestly feel this is the truth. But the fact of the matter is, blacks working hard they have to work 5 times harder than whites. Whites have ownership. We don't. Whites have institutions, businesses, government that can support their ambition. So yeah, this is life. Everybody work hard. There's anybody on this planet that don't work hard. But the fruit that come from white hard work is going to always bear more than fruit from blacks. It's just simple as that. And moms, I'm not gonna forget about you. When you tell your children all you gotta do is work hard, well then tell me, where are all the black Wall Streets? Where are all the black African towns, the black African cities where we can go to and learn about our culture, our heritage, learn about how we lived before our people were enslaved? Where are these towns at? You telling me that all the black people have to do is work hard? There isn't enough of them around to form a little town, a little community center. There isn't a city in this country that you can't go to that have a diverse community where you won't find a Mexican village, a Mexican town, a Chinatown, a Polish community where you can buy goods and services, taste their delicacies. There isn't a town that you can't go to that you can't find one or some of these, but you won't find none of these. That's black. No African towns nowhere. No African village. No African tribe. No nothing that talk about the rich heritage of our people. And like I said, especially during a pre-slaved existence. Why are they? It's more than just working hard. The thing is, you have to work efficiently. Hard work inevitably brings about efficiency. You do something for so long, but man, I wish it was an easier way to do this. And then you start to think outside the norm, outside the way you regularly do this. And then you can come up with efficient ways to get the job done faster. But see, whites will never encourage you to work efficiently because it doesn't serve them, you know. And I'm going to tell you the truth. And I challenge you to take this video to anyone that's white and find a flaw in anything that I say. Find a lie. Whites will never encourage blacks to work efficiently because, see, efficiency breeds collaboration. Once you start working efficiently, now we got to we start pulling in resources so that not only do we reduce the labor to getting this job accomplished, but we can multiply it now because we're incorporating more people. And see, and the more people that work together, that think together, that make these tasks easier, now we start to applying these methods to other things. White people will never do that. Um, and the reason why, and like I said, black collaboration brings about a united black people. See, as long as we keep the European mentality of individualism, see, they can control us then. Because see, now I can have my success, and I can blame you for, well, how I worked hard and made this. How come you didn't? That creates division amongst our people and envy and jealousy, you know. And white people are sitting back laughing at us. And you, I know you would be at work. I know you've been in stores, heard people, and you hear the same thing I hear. Boy, if y'all black people ever work together, y'all could take this place over. If you ever work together, you'll change the game. But because we trying to get what Whitey is, and we want to let them know that we thinking along the same lines as they are, so they can make a way for us or make a place for us, we abandon all the other ideologies that will collaborate our people, get us working as a group, as a unit, and then we can set our own table. Whites will never do that because black collaboration, that what built Black Wall Street, Greenwood, Florida, Seneca Falls, New York, and all these other black communities. And what happened to them? Whites destroyed them. They can control a unified, monolithic thinking black people. They can't control it. So they destroy it. When I was watching recently the Black Wall Street, over 3 miles of territory they tore down, killed hundreds of blacks. And so, and to prevent them from rebuilding the territory to where it was before, they took a freeway and put it like right over the city. So all the commerce that was driving through the city that can stop and buy goods and services, now they drive right over it. And the community suffer. But this is the government's method of operation whenever it comes to black communities. Here in Detroit, we had Black Bottom. They ran 375 straight through it, declared its government domain, and just built a freeway for no reason whatsoever, other than to destroy the black community that was right there. Did the same thing with I-94, right through the neighborhood, right through the black community. This is the expense and effort they go through just to stop blacks that think outside the box. So it's not just about um, working hard. We have to work efficient. I remember when I was a truck driver and it's cold. I was up in Minnesota and strapping that and tarping that load in that sub-zero weather. And the longer I was out there, I kept running back to the truck, kept running back to the truck because I was getting cold. And as I'm driving, every 50 miles or so, I could see my straps getting loose. And I said, I'm stopping, going back out in the cold, adjusting it, tightening it up, get back in the truck, drive another 30, 40 minutes, straps off, flapping again, get back, stop the truck, get back out. I was killing myself. And I said, Jonathan, there's got to be a better way to do this. I started being efficient about how I placed my product on the flatbed, where I positioned my straps, my dunnage, and when I secured it, I made sure that it was right. And when I did that, I would drive, I would stop maybe 100 miles later just to give a check, and that sucker was just as tight as it was when I first put it on there. And man, that's when the money started coming in. Because instead of me spending 10 minutes every time I drive 30, 40 miles to check and retighten these straps, that's miles I can't drive. Because as long as that truck not moving, I'm not making no money. And I just spent over an hour adjusting and readjusting. Like I say, once I became efficient at that, the money started coming in. And it's and we have got to get to that point as a people, you know, because see, efficiency inspire growth. And see, and your white daddy don't want you to grow up. They want to be able to spank you and beat you and rape you and kill you. And then when they let you go, you come running right back to their arms, just like a little child. It's sad when I see how whites come into your community, do whatever they want to do, and before the reporters can come and report on the scene, you got a line of Negroes out here already forgiving Whitey. Why? Because like children, after you get spanked, this is the only person that's providing for you. This is the only person that tuck you in at night. This is the only person that feed and clothe you. You ain't got nowhere else to go but back to their arms. And whites aren't going to do anything to change that. But see, I want you to stop listening to your white daddy and start listening to your black daddy, because it's when we become efficient as a people, then we mature into adults. Then we can start creating our own way. So we don't have to be up under this white roof where we have to abide by every rule that this dictator put out. So you have to ask yourself, do you want to stay a child your whole life? Or do you want to get to the point where you could say, never mind, we good, we good, we don't need, when you could reject Whitey's offer because you got your own. As long as we don't create an alternative to whatever whites put out there, our natural hunger and desire to take care of our family is going to work against us. We've got to start building our own and get out of this permissive allowance society where we can't do anything unless we ask. Oh, can we stay out a little bit longer? It's the weekend. Can I stay up a little bit? And white daddy telling you, no, 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 get your butt here, go there. You can't come here. Even during the pandemic, They telling you what stores you can go to, what stores you can't. Can you imagine that? During the pandemic, they denying you access to goods and services. Look at the self-control they have over you now, all through individual success. Look at the Tyler Perrys, the Oprah Winfreys, the Michael Jordans, all these black millionaires and billionaires. And they still and they over here cutting the dreadlocks out of children's head. And ain't nobody black doing anything about it. Why? Because we're all individuals. You see, when you work hard and you work efficiency, like I said, it breeds collaboration, it breeds unity. And whites would never encourage that. So if I'm looking out my window and I see my man across the street, I see white people coming up into his home, I'm gonna be like, dang, what my man do? They rushing up all up in there. Because our success is separated. We're not connected. But we were from a collaborative society where he helping me run this business, I'm helping him run this business. Everybody around here has something to do with this business. They're either customers, workers, suppliers, shippers. We all connected somehow. Then, if I see somebody white rushing up in my man's house, I'm not going to sit there and just watch or wonder what he did. I'm coming out there with my weapon because I need this guy. And you're not going to come into my community and just take him out of here. But see, listening to these fool black leaders we have today, we'll never get to this point. Look at them. They'll take on any cause. And you see the gays, the lesbians, all getting laws and everything passed in their favor. And here they are using our labor against us, and we still ain't got nothing for us. Why? Because we're weak and vulnerable, because we have individual success and not a collaborative success. You know, and when you start being a person that talk about blacks being efficient, or see, white people, they kill them. They killed Malcolm X. They killed Martin Luther King. You know, then they want to sit up and say how much they love them, how much they respect them. They name streets and buildings and schools after them. Because but then when they do that, they control the education that come out of it. So the Martin Luther King schools and the Malcolm X schools, they're not going to produce no Martin Luther Kings and no Malcolm X's. They're going to produce um, conditioned Negroes that ain't going to try to buck the system. They're going to come out here believing this. Blacks, all you got to do is work hard. And see, I work hard. Yeah, but your work hard is not a lot different than my work hard. I'm listening to Facebook, and the girl on Total Body by April. She's like a fitness chick. She's in the real estate. She got some trucks. She had a video the other day where she was doing some showing off her painting. She got these like 4 vans where they go had a painting business now. Her husband do it. And she's telling my son, you can be whatever you want to be. All you got to do is work hard. We started this business like 20 years ago. My husband did. And 20 years we had, it was him, me, the kids, blah, blah, blah. And 20 years later, now we got 4 vans and 20 employees. We got 20 employees in 20 years. That's 1 employee a year. And that's what you call growth. This is what you're putting out here for our people to look and be like, wow, if we start a business today, in 20 years, we can have 20 employees. Is that really what you're putting out here? This is why I don't want celebrities and comedians and all this other stuff calling themselves speaking for our people. They're the most docile, vaccinated. That is not no type of growth or potential to inspire other people. It don't inspire me. You know. Let's see. The thing is, I'm watching a commercial, Omaha Steaks, and Omaha Steaks during the commercial, my man got the steaks all seasoned up really nice. He could have used a little bit more if you asked for my opinion, but he put the steaks on the grill, and Omaha Steaks is saying that we guarantee each one of these steaks will be perfect. And I said, perfect? Perfect means flawless. What do you have to do to guarantee the steak's going to be perfect? You have to have ownership. Omaha Steak would not promise nothing like that if they didn't have ownership and control over the process of these steaks. If they didn't have their own butchers, their own farms. So when they put these steaks in the packaging, when it leaves them, in their eyes, it's perfect. That's how they can guarantee this. How can you guarantee black daddy and black mama that you sitting up here telling your kids all they gotta do is work hard? How do you guarantee that that's all they gotta do is work hard and they're gonna have success? What ownership are you sending them through? What institutions are you sending them through? Out of all the black people in this country, how come a few blacks that did work hard and make it? How come they didn't collaborate and make it easier for other blacks by building institutions to help them finance? Because see, when you want a car, you can get financing from the car department, or you can go to a bank or credit union. You got options. And if the banks won't finance you, 9 times out of 10, that car lot will. So with all the blacks that worked hard and struggled and say, you know what, our number one problem was financing. Oh, we didn't have no institutions that worked on in our behalf. How come they didn't create their own financial department to and collaborate and bring in the money so they can finance other black people? Not to make it easy, but to make it easier. Wouldn't you think all these black people that's struggling in poverty would like a black alternative to get ahead in this life? Where is it? White people will never allow that. And individual blacks will never create it. When I look at you know, Cadillac and Chrysler, they all was birthed from Ford. Cadillac was a failed division out of Ford. Ford tried their best to push the Cadillac, but people just wasn't buying it. But the engineers who built it, they believed in it. And they said, well, okay, but in Ford, if you don't want it, we're going to take it. They took that Cadillac, and they built it and kept building it, and then now it turned into General Motors, and you see General Motors was the largest car company in the world. Why? Because not only did they work hard, they worked efficient. And when you became an efficient people, you can no longer fit in the box that Whitey put you in. Being a slave don't fit no more because I got too much now. So I got to grow. Chrysler is the same way. Lee Iacocca come out of Ford. And then what did they do? There was a big three. Where's the sign of black working together, black efficiency, expanding our people beyond the realm of servitude? How come everywhere we go, we got to be the sidekick to some white person or some white department, some white business? We don't ever have our own business or our own chain of businesses that support our business, so we don't have to worry about nobody else. Where are they at? You can't get this unless we have black collaboration, efficiency on all levels, on all levels. But let me, before I say this, let me conclude with, because I didn't mean to make this video this long, but this is very important because we are deceiving our children when you tell them that's all they got to do is work hard and they don't have no businesses, institutions to support their dreams. You think when they go to one of these businesses or these schools, institutions to go to school, they're always going to be on the edge, if not pushed out, to put somebody white in there. Favorable interest rates going to whites. Blacks getting charged twice, three times the interest rate. Whites, they get breaks. They get favoritism. Blacks are judged on a much harsher base because we're in their institutions. But see, we need to become efficient as a people. How we have our social structure, then forming our own governing body so that we can have our own rules and laws and how to govern our people, what's inclusive and what you can do to be excluded from our society. We can have this. That the way to manage our people. We can create and then duplicate hundreds of black communities. And then at this time also be efficient in how we defend it and protect it. Preserve it and pass it on to our children so they can develop it for more and more of our people. That's the work hard and work efficiently that you should be telling your children. So it will inspire our people to grow beyond this servitude that we are currently lost in, and be the people that we were supposed to be, with no strings attached to us. I'm going to end this video here, and if you like it, please share it. And if you like the content, consider subscribing to the channel. And with this video, as with all my videos, it is for the complete liberation of my people. And I see you in my next message. Ashe.